Hello, everybody. Welcome to a daily dose of the Bible. We are reading Genesis, and we are towards the end of Genesis. This is the very first book of the Bible, all about God's first interactions. Oh, excuse me, sorry, itchy shoulder blade. God's first interactions with. Well, it started with Adam and Eve. That was a long time ago. Now, this must be great, I don't know, several hundred years later or whatever. But the line of people that we're following in chapter 49 starts with Abraham. Abraham is like the great grandfather. Okay, so Abraham, and then Isaac is Jacob's dad, and then Jacob is Joseph's dad. So grandfather, great-grandfather, right? Abraham is the great-grandfather, down to even Manasseh and Ephraim, who are the children of Jacob. So that's like their great-great-grandfather. And this, these people in this family are going to become Israel, God's chosen people. Well, they are at this point, you know. I think the last chapter was the first time that we heard them referred to as the people of Israel. But this chapter 49 is Jacob's last words to his son. So he's about to pass away. Sons, he's got 12 of them, I believe. He's about to pass away, and he's going to be blessing everybody. And just so he's coming to the end of his life serving God, and he's been so far from that trickster jerk who came out holding his brother's heel. So this is his last words to his son. The sons. Then Jacob called together all his sons and said, "Gather around me, and I will tell you what will happen to each of you in the days to come. Come and listen, you sons of Jacob. Listen to Israel, your father. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my strength, the child of my vigorous youth. You are the first in rank and first in power, but you are unruly as a flood, and you will no longer be first. Before you went to bed with my wife, and you defiled my marriage couch." Oh, wow. "Simeon and Levi are two of a kind. Their weapons are instruments of violence. May I never join in their meetings. May I never be party of their plans, for in their anger they murdered men, and they crippled oxen just for sport. A curse on their anger, for it is fierce. A curse on their wrath, for it is cruel. I will scatter them among the descendants of Jacob. I will disperse them throughout Israel. Judah, your brothers will praise you. You will grasp your enemies by the neck, and your relatives will bow before you. Judah, my son, is a young lion. That has finished eating its prey. Like a lion he crouches and lies down, like a lioness who dares to rouse him. The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from his descendants, until the coming of the one whom it belongs to, the one whom all nations will honor. He ties a foal to a grapevine. The colt of a donkey to his choice vine. He washes his clothes in wine, his robes in the blood of grapes. His eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth are whiter than milk." That's talking about Jesus right there. That's really cool. And Jesus came out of the line of Judah, and the scepter will not depart from Judah until the one coming whom it belongs to. That's really cool. And the donkey, he ties his foal to a grapevine, the colt of his donkey to a choice vine. That's really cool. Zebulun settles by the seashore and will be harbor for ships. His border will extend to Sidon. Issachar is a sturdy donkey, resting between two saddle packs. When he sees the good countryside is and how pleasant the land, he will bend his shoulder to load and submit himself to hard labor. Dan will govern his people like any other tribe in Israel. Dan will be like a snake beside the road, a poisonous viper along the path, that he bites the horse's hooves, so its rider is thrown off. I trust in you for salvation, O Lord. Gad will be attacked by marauding bands, but he will attack them when they retreat. Asher will dine on rich foods and produce food fit for kings. Naphtali is a doe set free that bears beautiful fawns. Joseph is the foal of a wild donkey, the foal of a wild donkey at a spring. One of the wild donkeys at the ridge. Archers attack him savagely. They shot at him and harassed him, but his bow remained taut and his arms remained strengthened by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob, by the shepherd of the rock of Israel. May the God of your father help you. May the Almighty bless you. May the blessings of heaven above, and the blessings of the watery depths below, and the blessings of breasts and womb, may the blessings of your father surpass the blessings of the ancient mountains, reaching to the heights of eternal hills. May these blessings rest on the head of Joseph, who is prince among his brothers. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf, devouring his enemies in the morning and dividing his plunder in the evening. These are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father has said as he told them his sons goodbye. He blessed each one with an appropriate message. So that is a really neat way to say goodbye to him. That he basically calls out the first 3 as being not such great guys, I guess, but he has beautiful words for everyone else. And it's all right to recognize that, it's good that he knows that Simeon and Levi are jerks who just want to hurt people, and they should be, scattered and cursed for their anger and cruelty. And hopefully that will wake them up when that's like what their father has to say at the end of his life, is you guys are jerks and you should stop doing that mean stuff. And once again, I think it's really awesome that Judah, a lion who crouches and lies down, and we know the lion of the tribe of Judah is Jesus, and that he came from the tribe of Judah, and the scepter was then passed to him, and he is now the ruler of the people of Israel. So he has said goodbye to his kids, and the next thing that happens is his death and burial. Then Jacob instructed them, "Soon I will die and join my ancestors. Bury me with my father and grandfather in the cave in the field of Ephron the Hittite. This is the cave in the field of Machpelah, near Mamre in Canaan, that Abraham bought from Ephron as a permanent burial site." Then Abraham and his wife are buried. There Abraham and his wife are buried. There Isaac and his wife Rebekah are buried. There I buried Leah. It is the plot of land and the cave that my grandfather Abraham bought from the Hittites. When Jacob had finished his charge to his sons, he drew his feet into the bed, breathed his last, and joined his ancestors in death. And there goes Jacob. That's really a beautiful, it's a beautiful story of his life. He is the first to be called Israel, or an Israelite, or whatever. He is Israel, and everyone after him is the Israelites. It just, like I said, it's like I've come to know him very well, and it's it's amazing to see how he came full circle. He didn't say anything about, what's this gonna do to me, or how's this gonna harm my whatever. He just, oh, I'm so sad I have to die. He just has these words for his sons to try to direct them to serve God, so that they have the blessings in life that he's had, so that God stays on their side and they stay on his side. That's what we all hope for our families, that's the legacy that we want to pass on, that they would also join us in heaven one day, and that in that through our service and love of Christ and serving the Lord, that we'll be able to speak to them enough to show them the right way, and that they will trust in the Lord as well. So Jacob has passed away. He will be taken, I'm sure, to the land where his father and grandfather are buried. And this is a good end to a great life. He's gonna be up there someday, and we'll be able to tell him all we read about him, I guess. He knows he's in the book, so maybe get his autograph. But just pray that you'll take Jacob's life and, see it for all it is. He's a mess, especially in the beginning. In the beginning, I was like, wow, how is this guy ever gonna come to any good? He's stealing his brother's birthright. He tricked him, first Stu, and then he stole his blessing by dressing up like him. Then he ran away, and then he, ran from Laban in the night, and, he was a mess, just like I used to be, or you used to be, he was a person. Oh, wait. And God uses people, and God used this person to start the whole thing. So just take this story and make it part of your own story. He's your ancestor as well, and he brought your Jesus. He's one of the very first in the bloodline of Jesus, and he did a great job of passing his genes onto his son, and Joseph has done a great job of saving all these people. So just know that God is the God of redemption, and in the end of life, if you follow God, you will be rewarded. Here's Jacob having all of these great children and all of the blessings that he has for them, that he knows they're going to have a great life. And that's the legacy that we hope for our lives, that more people will know that they are going to have a great life because God's going to be in their lives because we were there. So just, it's just a message to share the love that he's given to you. Share the joy, share the grace, and just don't stop believing.